પ્રથમનું 68. 68. Sure. સજાનંદ સ્વામી મહારાજની જય જય જય. શ્રીમદ સદગુણશાલિનમ ચિદચિદી વ્યાપ્તમ ચદીવ્યાકૃતિ જીવે સાક્ષરમુક્તકોટિસુખદમ નૈકાવતારાદીપમ નેયમ શ્રીપુરુષોત્તમં મુનિવરેર વેદાંતિકીર્ત્યમ વિભો તન્મૂલાક્ષરયુક્તમેવ સહજા નંદમ ચ વંદે સદા. વચનામૃત ગઢડા પ્રથમ 68. ગઢડા ફર્સ્ટ 68. અષ્ટ પ્રકારની પ્રતીતિમાં અને સંતમાં અખંડ રહ્યાનું. અષ્ટ પ્રકારની પ્રતિમા અને સંતમાં અખંડ રહ્યાનું. સંવંત 1876 ચૈત્ર સુધી 9મીને દિવસ સ્વામી શ્રી સહજાનંદજી મહારાજ શ્રી ગઢડા મધ્યે દાદા ખાચરના દરબારમાં શ્રી વાસુદેવ નારાયણના મંદિરની આગળ લીમડાના વૃક્ષ હેઠે ઢોલિયા ઉપર વિરાજમાન હતા ને ધોળો ખેસ પહેર્યો હતો ને ધોળી ચાદર ઓડી હતી અને માથે ધોળું હીરકોરનું ધોતિયું બાંધ્યું હતું અને પોતાના મુખારવિંદની આગળ મુનિ તથા દેશ દેશના હરિભક્તની સભા ભરાઈને બેઠી હતી. પછી શ્રીજી મહારાજ બોલ્યા છે, અમે એક પ્રશ્ન પૂછીએ છીએ. ત્યારે મુનિએ કહ્યું છે, પૂછો. પછી શ્રીજી મહારાજ બોલ્યા છે, 69 કાળમાં અમને 1 મહિના સુધી જ્યારે નિંદ્રા આવે ત્યારે એમ ભાસતું છે અમે પુરુષોત્તમ પુરીને વિશે જઈને શ્રી જગન્નાથજીની મૂર્તિને વિશે પ્રવેશ કરીને રહીએ છીએ અને તે મૂર્તિ તો કાશની જણાય, પણ તેને નેત્રે કરીને અમે સર્વેને દેખતા અને પૂજારીનો ભક્તિભાવ તથા છળકપટ સર્વ દેખતા. અને એવી રીતે આપના સત્સંગમાં જે સમાધિનિષ્ઠ પુરુષ હોય તે પણ સમાધિએ કરીને બીજાના દેહમાં પ્રવેશ કરીને સર્વેને દેખે છે અને સર્વ શબ્દને સાંભળે છે. અને શાસ્ત્રમાં પણ એવા વચન છે જે શુકજી વૃક્ષમાં રહીને બોલ્યા હતા. માટે મોટા જે સત્પુરુષ હોય અથવા જે પરમેશ્વર હોય તે જ્યાં ઈચ્છા આવે ત્યાં પ્રવેશ કરે છે. માટે તે પરમેશ્વરે પોતાની આજ્ઞાએ કરીને જે મૂર્તિ પૂજવા આપી હોય તે મૂર્તિ અષ્ટ પ્રકારની કહી છે. તેમાં પોતે સાક્ષાત પ્રવેશ કરીને વિરાજમાન રહે છે. તે મૂર્તિને જે ભગવાનનો ભક્ત પૂજતો હોય ત્યારે જેમ પ્રત્યક્ષ ભગવાન વિરાજતા હોય અને તેની મર્યાદા રાખે તેમ તે મૂર્તિની પણ રાખી જોઈએ. અને તેમજ સંતના હૃદયમાં ભગવાનની મૂર્તિ રહે છે. તે સંતની પણ મર્યાદા રાખવી જોઈએ. તે તો એ ભક્ત લેશ માત્ર રાખતો નથી અને મૂર્તિને તો ચિત્ર માનીને અથવા પાષાણાદિકની જાણે છે અને સંતને બીજા માણસ જેવા જાણે છે. અને ભગવાનને તો શ્રીમુખે એમ કહ્યું છે જે મારી અષ્ટ પ્રકારની જે મૂર્તિમાં તથા જે સંત તેને વિશે હું અખંડ નિવાસ કરીને રહું છું. અને એ ભક્ત તો ભગવાનની પ્રતિમા આગળ તથા સંત આગળ ગમે તેટલા ફેલફતૂર કરે છે પણ લેશ માત્ર ભગવાનનો ડર રાખતો નથી. એને ભગવાનનો નિશ્ચય છે કે નથી એ પ્રશ્ન છે. ત્યારે પરમહંસ બોલ્યા છે, જ્યારે એ ભગવાનને અંતર્યામી જાણીને મર્યાદા નથી રાખતો તો એને ભગવાનનો નિશ્ચય જ નથી. પછી શ્રીજી મહારાજ બોલ્યા છે, એને નિશ્ચય તો નથી અને ઉપરથી પાખંડ જેવી ભક્તિ કરે છે, ત્યારે એનું કલ્યાણ થશે કે નહીં થાય? પછી સંત બોલ્યા છે, એનું કલ્યાણ નહીં થાય. પછી શ્રીજી મહારાજ બોલ્યા છે, જેને ભગવાનની મૂર્તિને વિશે નાસ્તિકપણું આવે અને સંતને વિશે નાસ્તિકપણું આવે તેને તેને એટલે જ નહીં રહે. એને તો જેનું ભજન સ્મરણ કરે છે એવા જે પ્રત્યક્ષ ભગવાન તેને વિશે પણ નાસ્તિકપણું આવશે અને એ ભગવાનના ગોલોક બ્રહ્મપુર આદિક ધામ તેને વિશે પણ નાસ્તિકપણું આવશે અને જગતની જે ઉત્પત્તિ સ્થિતિ અને પ્રલય તેને પણ કાળે કરીને ને માયાએ કરીને ને કર્મે કરીને માનશે, પણ પરમેશ્વર વતે કરીને નહીં માને એવો પાકો નાસ્તિક થશે. પછી મુક્તાનંદ સ્વામીએ પૂછ્યું છે, એ નાસ્તિકપણાનો હેતુ તો કોઈ પૂર્વનું કર્મ છે કે કાંઈ કુસંગ છે? પછી શ્રીજી મહારાજ બોલ્યા છે, નાસ્તિકપણાનું હેતુ તો નાસ્તિકના ગ્રંથ સાંભળવા એ જ છે અને નાસ્તિકના ગ્રંથને વિશે જેને પ્રતીતિ હોય તેનો જ જે સંગ તે પણ નાસ્તિકપણાનો હેતુ છે. અને વળી કામ, ક્રોધ, લોભ, અહંકાર, માન અને ઈર્ષા એ પણ નાસ્તિકપણાના હેતુ છે. કેમ જે એ માયલો એક સ્વભાવ વર્તતો હોય ત્યારે નારદ સંકાદિક જેવા સાધુ વાત કરે તોય પણ મનાય નહીં. અને એ નાસ્તિકપણું મટે ક્યારે? તો જ્યારે શ્રીમદ ભાગવત જેવા આસ્તિક ગ્રંથને વિશે કહી જે જગતની ઉત્પત્તિ સ્થિતિ પ્રલયરૂપ એવી ભગવાનની લીલા તેને સાંભળે તથા ભગવાનનું અને સંતનું મહાત્મય સમજે ત્યારે એનું નાસ્તિકપણું જાય અને આસ્તિકપણું આવે. ઇતિ વચનામૃતમ.
સજાનંદ સ્વામી મહારાજની જય. ગઢડા પ્રથમ 68. God forever resides in the eight types of murtis and in the saints or in the sant. On the Chaitra Sudhi Navami, Samvat 1876, that is 23rd March 1820, Swami Sri Sajanandji Maharaj was sitting on a large decorated cot under the neem tree in the front of the mandir of Sri Vasudev Narayan in Dada Khacher's Darbar in Gadda. He was wearing a white casque and had covered himself with a white cotton cloth. Around his head, he had tied a white cloth that had a border of silken thread. At that time, an assembly of munis and as well as devotees from various places had gathered before him. Thereupon, Sriji Maharaj said, "Allow me to ask a question." The munis responded by saying, "Please do ask." Sriji Maharaj thus began, "For 1 month during the famine of 69, whenever I entered Samadhi, I felt I had gone to Pursottam-puri, where I entered and resided in the Murti of Sri Jagannath Ji. That Murti may appear to be wooden, but through its eyes I observed everything. I had observed both the bhakti and the deceitful ways of Mandir's priest, In the same way, those people in our satsang fellowship who have mastered samadhi can also enter others' body through samadhi and see and hear everything. The scriptures also mention that Sukji spoke through the medium of a tree. Therefore, a great holy person or god can enter whenever they wish. The murti which God has given for worship by his command are of 8 types. God himself personally enters those murtis and resides within them. A devotee of God who worships those murtis should maintain the same respect for them as he does for the manifest form of God. In the same way, God also resides in the heart of the Sant. Therefore, the Sant should also be respected. Yet, a devotee totally fails to respect him. He considers a murti to be merely a painting or to be made from stone or other materials. Furthermore, he looks upon that Sant as an ordinary human being. But God himself has said, I forever reside in the 8 types of murtis and in Sant. Still, that devotee behaves disrespectfully before the murtis of God and before the Sant, not fearing God in the list. Does such a person have faith in God or not? That is the question. The Paramhansas replied, because he does not realize God to be Antaryami and so fails to respect him, such a devotee does not have faith in God at all. Thereupon, Sriji Maharaj added, not only does he not have faith, but his bhakti is like that of a hypocrite. Sriji Maharaj then asked further, will such a devotee attain a liberation or not? The sadhus replied, no, he will not attain liberation. Sriji Maharaj then continued, a person who develops such a Nastic attitude towards the murtis of God and the Sant will not merely stop there. He will also develop Nastic feeling towards the manifest form of God whom he worships. He will also develop such a Nastic feeling towards the abode of God such as Golok, Brahmpur, etc. Furthermore, he will come to believe that the creation, sustenance, and dissolution of this cosmos is due to Kal, Maya, and Karma, but not due to the will of God. In this way, he will become staunch Nastic. Therefore, Muktanand Swami asked, is the cause of such a Nastic attitude one's past karma or the influence of evil company? Sriji Maharaj explained, the sole cause of the development of such Nastic attitude is listening to the scriptures of Nastic and keeping the company of one who has faith in those scriptures. Furthermore, lust, anger, avarice, arrogance, egotism, and jealousy also cause such a Nastic attitude to develop. Why? Because if a person possesses any of those swabhavs, then he will not be able to believe the talks of even sadhus, such as Narad and Sankadik. When is such a Nastic attitude overcome? Well, when one listens to talk of the divine actions and the incidences of God, such as creation, sustenance, and dissolution of the cosmos as described in the Astic scriptures like the Srimad Bhagavat, and also understand the greatness of God and the Sant, such Nastic attitude is overcome as an Astic attitude develops. This is the end of the Vachanamrut, Gadada Pratham 68. Sajanand Swami Maharajni Jai.
Jai, Jai. This Vachanamrut is on the day of the birthday of Lord Swaminarayan. ભગવાનના પ્રાગટ્ય દિન ઉપર આ વચનામૃત લખાયું છે. And Bhagwan was sitting under the neem tree in Dada Khachar's darbar. This is Vikram Samvat 1876. It was like 39 years old, Swaminarayan Bhagwan. So, at the birthday of Swaminarayan Bhagwan, nowadays we have big functions and samayas, millions of people gather and celebrate the birthday. This picture is saying, that Bhagwan did not have that on that day. Eh?
Not even Ramnami.
Not even on the Chaitra Sudhi Nam,
Ramnami નો ઉત્સવ પણ નથી બતાવ્યો.
Right. Now, it could be that they may have celebrated earlier or in the evening time, and this was, away from that time maybe, that they were going to do celebration in the evening maybe, and this is maybe in the morning, Yeah. But the message is, that how the devotee should realize the living God or the God in the 8 different types of idols, and in a living saint or any murti of saint idol, So that is the whole message, in this Vachanamrita. And at this time, the main mandir in Gadda was not built yet, It was just the small mandir of Vasudeva Narayan in the Dada Khachar's darbar, When you go, enter straight, there is a mandir, small room. So, Ram Navami was also on 23rd of March, during that time. So, we are getting Ram Navami around now, April, right? This time it was 8th of April or 9th of April, right? So it swings, between March and April, Yeah. લગભગ નહીં, ચૈત્ર મહિનામાં જ હોય. ફેબ્રુઆરી અને માર્ચમાં લગભગ હોય. Around 8th, yeah, on the 8th, And that is because of that Adhik Mas, one extra month that every 3 years is added into our Hindu calendars, to adjust the solar and lunar cycles. And Jews also use the lunar cycle, just like Hindus believe, And they have also adjustment, in their calendars. I think they are doing also, in every 3rd year or so, they add a month or something, In Jewish, right? Yeah. So anyhow, this was on that day of Lord Swaminarayan's birthday. Swaminarayan Bhagavan was sitting on a large decorated cot under the neem tree in front of Mandir of Sri Vasudeva Narayan in Dada Khachar's darbar in Gadda. He was wearing a white kesh and had covered himself with a white cotton cloth. Around his head he had tied a white cloth that had a border of silken thread. At that time, an assembly of munis as well as devotees from various places had gathered before him. So if we picturize that, if we focus on that, we can really picturize, the darbar of Dada Khachar, Thereupon Sriji Maharaj said, allow me to ask a question. ભગવાન છે અમે એક પ્રશ્ન પૂછીએ છીએ. The question is very long, with some background. So Bhagavan is saying, allow me to ask a question. The Munis respondently by saying, please do ask, Sriji Maharaj thus began. So Swaminarayan Bhagavan started with a question. He is starting with the background. For 1 month during the famine of 1869s, whenever I entered Samadhi, I felt I had gone to Purushottam Puri. Swaminarayan Bhagavan is on the west side of the India. And on the east side is Jagannath Puri or Purushottam Puri. That when he was traveling to his journey, he had stayed there for 6 months in Purushottam Puri. In Jagannath Puri, in Jagannath deities, And I think that that video, that Baps has also, started, what is that journey, incredible journey? Mystic India. It is showing the same Jagannath Puri's festival, Rath Yatra, with big elephant and big doors opening up and all that, So, we went there 2 years ago. We went when Chitra Ben's son got married. We went there, And that was in Calcutta, But then we went to Jagannath Puri. And we saw, the idol of Krishna, Balaram, and Revati, and Subhadra. So I think it is not Revati, it's Subhadra. Subhadra, Krishna and Balaram. The 2 brothers and 1 sisters. Right. Right. So that is the mandir made of this family, Krishna Bhagavan's family, So, Bhagavan, when he was there, when he was young, he was very close to that mandir and sitting on that pillar, and meditating upon, that murti and all that, So now, many years later, about 20 years later, he is sitting in Gadda. And there was a famine. તે વખતે 7 દુકાળ પડેલા. 7 વર્ષ સુધી વરસાદ નહોતો. અને તે વખતે ભગવાન બધા સંતોને બી જુદે જુદે સ્થાનોએ મોકલી દીધેલા. અને ભગવાને પણ પોતાનો વેશ બદલી કાઢેલો. દાઢી મૂછો રાખેલી ને કોઈને ખબર બી ના પડે એવો ડ્રેસ રાખેલો. અને તે વખતે ભગવાન પોતે સમાધિમાં જતા. ભગવાન સ્વામિનારાયણ would go in the samadhi. So this is what he says. For 1 month during the famine of 1869, Vikram Samvat 1869. So that would be like 1820 or something. Right. Right. So 1813 or 1812, So whenever I entered Samadhi, I felt I had gone to Purushottam Puri. Body was in Gadada, but his Chetna, Bhagavan's Chetna went into Purushottam Puri and entered into the idol of Jagannath Ji Maharaj or Krishna Bhagavan. And he was doing that thing for 1 month, Constantly Samadhi for 1 month, And for 1 month, no food, no water. It was famine anyhow, so very little food. But Bhagavan did that for 1 month, And most of that month he was on the other side of the India, on the east coast, and entering into the Murti of Jagannath Ji. The Murti may appear to be wooden, but through its eyes, I observed everything. The Murti, every so many years they change the whole Murti, and bring from the new wood, I think it's every third year, every Adhik Mas or every 12 years or 13 years or something like that, that they do that. So, Bhagavan says that idol is made of wood, But for thousands of years, the power of the divinity always enters into that murti, And devotees, come there, and have the darshan. So, when Swaminarayan Bhagavan went there, and entered into this murti, he says, even though the murti was made up of wood, I observed everything. I observed both the bhakti and the deceitful way of the mandir priest. The priest who was doing all this puja, he is the head guy, he is the leader guy, He performs all these activities. And devotees come there, And the devotees come there, for darshan. The pujari will do a very devotional service towards God with these devotees. Or he would do the deceitful way to God with these devotees also. And those things were going on in the mind of this pujari, this person who is doing all this, arrangements in the mandir. And what Bhagavan is saying, that we are all in that kind of positive and negative, vibrations. There are times that we would be very positive, very devoteful and very, humble towards the, murti of God or devotees and other people, But our mind is not all the time pure, and focused. There are times that our mind will be again swinging into the worldly things and negative things and, deceitful things and things like that. But at that time, we don't repent. Somehow we enjoy, or somehow we like it. And that is the problem. A difference between an aspirant and a common person is that when the stormy weather comes in our mind, the aspirant will want to get out of it as soon as possible. The sadhak should fight with that rather than dwell in that and enjoy that. That is the difference. Huh? Mumukshu, bhakta, pujari. That is called aspirant, who gets aspirations, inspirations from the divine energy. But it is our drawback, it is our shortcoming or whatever, that we don't realize the bad as bad. આપણને જ્યારે ભગવાનનું ભજન કરતા હોઈએ કે ભગવાનનું કંઈક સેવા કરતા હોઈએ અથવા તો બીજું કંઈ બી કરતા હોઈએ ત્યારે સારા વિચારો બી આવે અને મોડા વિચારો બી આવે. સારા વિચારો આવે તો સારું જ છે, ઇટ્સ ગુડ. પણ જ્યારે મોડા વિચારો આવે ત્યારે આપણે એની સામે લડાઈ લેવી પડે કે મારે આ ના જોઈએ, હે મહારાજ મારી રક્ષા કરજો. પણ તે વખતે જો મોડા વિચારોને આપણે પોતાના ગણીએ, એની સાથે ભળી જઈએ અને એમાં રાચીએ, એ ભગવાનને નથી ગમતું. That is what Bhagavan is saying here also, that he saw this pujari thousands of miles away, he entered there, and this pujari was good at one time, and at sometimes he was deceitful. He was cheating God, he was cheating the devotees, he was cheating himself, right? Why he was doing that? Because he knew that this is a wooden idol. Nothing more than that. Not knowing that this idol is so powerful, that these devotees who are coming there are taking the good vibrations and benefiting. And I am a loser, I am not doing that, He is not thinking that way, But when he sees somebody with money coming out from his pocket, then he would make sure that they put more money in seva. Somebody who is bringing more food and other items, he would remember that last time he brought more items, this time he brought less. Why he did this? These are all the thoughts that comes, If he sees a beautiful woman, then he would have a bad thought maybe, who knows, So all these things, he is playing in front of the idol of God, Just like we have Bhagwan Murti here also, right? And how do we take? How do we consider the idol of God, So the difference is that the wooden idol of God, even though Swaminarayan Bhagavan has entered there, would not impress or change that negativity of that pujari as much. But can you imagine if Swaminarayan Bhagavan was there and that pujari knew that he is God, how he would be reacting differently? And there is the technique and key that if we assume that God is residing in this murti, then our behavior, our attitude will be very positive. So we want to create that atmosphere. We want to feel that way. And that is what we had said many years ago when we bought this house as mandir, that whoever comes from that door is sent by God, sent by Kakaji, Consider that way and you would feel a different attitude, different vibrations, And we want to see those positivity in many different ways, So here also, Swaminarayan Bhagavan is saying that I observed everything. I observed both the bhakti, the devotion, and the deceitful ways of the mandir priest. The temple priest was doing both things, In the same way, those people in our satsang fellowship who have mastered samadhi can also enter others' bodies through samadhi. So Bhagavan is first giving the background that it's not just me who can do that, but anybody who has mastered this samadhi can do that. It can be Gunaditanand Swami. It can be anybody assigned by Swaminarayan Bhagavan with that power, And see and hear everything. Thousands of miles away or within short distance. Can see not just the physical body, but the inner body, inner mind, inner thoughts. And hear also. And I remember, that our younger sister, Urmila Ben, who is in London, her father-in-law, he was from Africa, And when Yogi Bapa went to Africa, he was a lawyer, So Yogi Bapa, when he was in Africa in 1970s, that he went to have the darshan of Yogi Bapa, And he went there with the firm determination that people donate money out of their wallet, offer to Yogi Bapa. I'm not going to do that. He went with that strong determination, But then he was telling me, when I met him, many years later, He says that I went there and I bowed down to Yogi Bapa. And he gave me a patting on my back, dabbo. And something happened to me. He says, and I spoke from within myself that I know that I have decided not to donate, but you are a great saint, I want to donate. And he pulled out from his wallet and put money, He said, I remember that, that he was such a great saint, that. And he had no attachment to money, But it was whatever in my mind, negativity, he converted into positivity, There is a difference, So, Bhagavan is saying that he was observing both the bhakti and the deceitful ways of the mandir priest. In the same way, those people in our satsang fellowship who have mastered samadhi can also enter others' bodies through samadhi and see and hear everything. They can hear and see everything. Kakaji had that power, After 1952, February 3rd samadhi, he had that power. He can hear and see things, many, many miles away, The scriptures also mention that Shukji spoke through the medium of a tree. In Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a story about Shukadevji, that he was a soul of a parrot. When Lord Shiva was preaching this divine knowledge to his wife, Parvati ji, in Himalaya, And Shivji thought that nobody is listening except Parvati ji, because he had, blown out, the horn that he used to carry, so loud that everybody got, scared and ran away, except Parvati ji. But there was a newborn baby of parrot and did not have strength to fly away. So stayed there, And then Shankar Bhagavan started giving this divine knowledge. Parvati ji also listening, and that parrot was also listening. Parrot was more attentive than Parvati ji. And Shankar Bhagavan had eyes closed, and talking, In the middle, Shankar Bhagavan, with the eyes closed, told that, Devi, my dear one, are you listening? And she was dozing. She was sleeping. And there was a moment of gap, of silence. This parrot acquired knowledge to the level that if he cannot say anything, the whole secret will be not continued, So he, with the voice of Parvati ji, said that, yeah, I am listening. It was same voice as Parvati, because parrot copy, right? But the distance was recognized by Lord Shiva. That she should be sitting here and not on the tree that far, So then he opened up the eyes. And then he saw that Parvati is sleeping, but somebody else is listening. And then he saw that parrot, and parrot was also ready to, receive more. Shankar Bhagavan took the Trishul, to kill that parrot, that he is not worthy and he should not be capable of holding this knowledge, This parrot got the wisdom from within. And now he was not in the body consciousness, he was in the soul consciousness. And he got the Jnana and Vairagya, wings, and flew out of the body. And so fast that this Trishul is after him, Shankar Bhagavan's weapon, and this fellow is flying, flying all the way from Himalaya, came to the ashram of Vyas Bhagavan, and his wife was pregnant. So he entered into that. That Trishul cannot go there, It's programmed not to kill different anybody other than the target. So Trishul went back, At the 9th month, he is controlling and not coming out. And it went like 10th and 11th and 12th and 14th and 18th and 20th, 24th, 36. So Vyas Bhagavan is requesting that please, don't be too hard on your mother, And the baby inside says, I am afraid of outside world, I don't want to come. And they say that maybe at the age of 9 or 10 or whatever he came out. They have extraordinary power, maybe, to hold on to that long, When he was born, Vyas Bhagavan was taking a bath in the river away. The moment he was born, he came out and able to walk and walked away. So the news went to Vyas Bhagavan that you have a nice bright son born, after all these years, and he is gone. So Vyas Bhagavan says, oh, is that right? So he came home, and his wife said, that he was capable of walking, and he just walked without clothes. Okay. Yeah. But Vyas Bhagavan had a desire to see his own son, Putreshana. Those are the programs in ourselves, that we cannot control, we cannot get out easily, So he came home and he saw that he has gone. So he says that I want to see him at least one time, So he started walking. Then on the roadway, there were some female angels taking the bath. And I don't know how, but Vyas Bhagavan thought that maybe they would know where my son has gone by. Another instinct to have the attachment towards the lust created that program that rather than going somewhere else and asking somebody, he's asking this naked women, When he goes there, women put on the clothes. And then he asked that, have you seen a boy, young boy, going? Yeah. They said, yeah, we saw. So, Vyas Bhagavan has now another inquiry. He asked that, if you saw him and you are still doing this bathing, how come you put on the clothes now, when I came? And they said that he was beyond the body consciousness. And he was so pure that it did not bother us at all. So he got the signal, Vyas Bhagavan. But at least it was confirmation that he went through there. He cannot find, Vyas Bhagavan cannot find him, He walked and walked and walked. So finally he said that I want to use my samadhi power, So he sat down in samadhi and became one with the whole universe and telling that, my son, where are you? So now, this is a talk of a higher level, samadhi to samadhi talk. So, Sukdev ji received that message. And he says that if I don't answer this question, then I am not doing justice to this higher level of spirituality. So he says, I have to answer. So just like Vyas Bhagavan entered into the whole universe and said, where are you? Sukdev ji entered into the whole universe and says, where am I not? હું ક્યાં નથી? વ્યાસ ભગવાન કહે તું ક્યાં છે દીકરા? તો સુખદેવજી કહે છે કે હું ક્યાં નથી. I am everywhere. But when that thing happened, Vyas Bhagavan pinpointed that location, where it is coming from. And zoom, he went there, And there he met his son, And he was very happy to see him. And he says, I'm not going to keep you, You are advanced, more advanced than me, because those ladies told me, that I have still body consciousness and you don't, But as a father, I have one advice, he says, And he says, okay, what is the advice? He says that wherever you are with this spiritual consciousness, there is still room to finish your journey because you did not receive all this message from Lord Shiva, It was partial message. To fulfill that message, you have to make somebody a guru. And he says, okay, it is according to the scriptures. And I am willing to have a guru, Then Vyas Bhagavan says that if you want to make a guru, and if you understand what I'm going to tell you, the king Janak is the best guru for you. The king Janak. And then Sukdev ji says that I am a renounced person. And you are suggesting that I should go to a worldly man and make him as a guru? Vyas Bhagavan says, that's your choice. But this is my advice as a father. And then there is a long story. Then he goes there and all that, But this is what Swaminarayan Bhagavan is saying, that Sukadev ji, the scripture also mentioned that Sukaji spoke through the medium of a tree. Therefore, a great holy person or God can enter wherever they wish. They have that capacity. They enter wherever they wish. Or wherever the wish of God goes, that's where they enter and they become the instrument of God, એ ભગવાનનું નિમિત્ત બનીને પણ ભગવાન જો એને પ્રેરે ત્યાં એ જાય ત્યાં જાય. મારો કુશ બગાસા ખાય છે. મને હાફ ફેસ કુશનો દેખો તો મને અક્ષર જેવો દેખાય છે. એની હેરસ્ટાઈલ નહીં. So Bhagavan is saying that the murtis which God has given for worship by His command are of 8 types. In the scriptures there are 8 types of murtis. They were explained in the old time, Now we may have more, We have in the computer screen. Walking, talking, and all these things also, right? Fiber bhi aave છે. Yeah. So what are those 8 types back in this time? The 8 types of murtis are Shaili, means of stone, then of wood, Darumai, that is called of wood, then Lauhi, of metal, Lepia, means of earth for sandalwood paste, then Lepia, लेप का था ना. Then Lekhya, which means engraved or drawn. Then Saikati, which is of sand. Then Manimai, of gems. And the 8th one is Manomai, mental. These are the 8 types of idols in the scriptures, So one that is of wood, which was in Jagannath Puri. Yeah. Custody. Even Shastriji Maharaj wanted to put that murti in Vadhavan, was also wood. Akshar Purushottam nahi thi na, wood nahi thi. And there are other places also they have wood murti, Carving on the wood, yeah. It's 2 processes, One is the hardware side, which is the wood or all this 8 style, The other is the software side, where they do the murti pratishtha, The saints invoke the power and put the power in the murti, which is the software side, So, and then that murti becomes the divine murti, So, the murtis which God has given for worship by His command are of 8 types. God Himself personally enters those murtis and resides within them. Swaminarayan Bhagavan says that I have given so many devotees my murti or murti of Krishna or Gopinathji or whatever, and I have put that power into those murtis. A devotee of God who worships those murtis should maintain the same respect for them as he does for the manifest form of God. That Vasudeva Narayan Murti in the Gadada Mandir is charged up by Swaminarayan Bhagavan. So that Murti should have the same respect as Swaminarayan Bhagavan when somebody is talking to him. In the same way, God also resides in the heart of the Sant. Now Bhagavan is giving another side of himself. That just like God resides in the 8 types of idol of murtis, same way God resides in the Sant also. And that Sant is Gunatitanand Swami and similar saints, Therefore, the Sant should also be respected like God. Yet, a devotee totally fails to respect him. And him means God or saint, So, on this day of his birthday, Swaminarayan Bhagavan is saying this. And the message is, and then he says, he considers a murti to be merely a painting or to be made of stone or other materials. The one who is ignorant, the one who is deceitful, is considering all these things, all these murtis, as not the real Murti Pratishtha Murti, Furthermore, he looks upon that a Sant as an ordinary human being. Then he looks a Sant as an ordinary human being. Because God shows His powers, God shows His extraordinary engulfing impression upon the others, Sant, on the other hand, hides whatever qualities he has. He wants to make sure that he is good at hiding, his qualities, and shows out the expression of the humbleness, expression of the a saintliness, So there is a big difference. God also does that, He also wants to hide also, but it's somewhere, it shows up, Sant is always very successful, in doing that, So, furthermore, he looks upon that Sant as an ordinary human being. But God Himself has said, I forever reside in the 8 types of murtis and in the Sant. In Srimad Bhagavatam, these are the references. Bhagavan says that Lord Krishna has said that I reside in the 8 type of these murtis or in a saint. Still, the devotee behaves disrespectfully before the murtis of God and before the Sant. Before the murti of God, some devotees misbehave, and some behave and misbehave with the murti of God, Still, that devotee behaves disrespectfully before the murtis of God and therefore, and before the Sant, not fearing God in the least, and has no fear of God at least. So, the question is, that should God put that fear and make him fearful and disciplined? Or should devotee create that respectfulness, and out of respectfulness have that fearfulness, And we can see that in Yogiji Maharaj's life story, Whenever he is meditating upon God, or whenever he is, even with devotees, he's seeing that way, And all these Gunatit saints, But say still the devotee behaves disrespectfully before the murtis of God and before the Sant, not fearing God in the least. Now the question is asked. This is all the background. Bhagavan has given the background. And Bhagavan is saying, does such a person have a faith in God or not? That is the question. Does that person have a faith in God or not? Well, this is easy, right? The Paramhamsas replied, because he does not realize God to be Antaryami and so fails to respect him, such a devotee does not have faith in God at all. That is the unanimous voting by saints. What they are saying? Because he does not realize God to be Antaryami. The word Antaryami is in two ways, Antaryami is he knows what is going on in the pujari and the devotees. But there is another word of Antaryami is that God controls the inner senses of the devotee also. He is the driver. God is the driver inside. But then the question comes, then why would God have an accident, right? And that goes by the chart of a person. Whatever is in his chart or her chart, that's how God just allows him. That amount of Antaryami control God allows, But at the same time, there is an awareness in a devotee versus non-devotee. A devotee would have an awareness that, oops, this is not right, I should not do this. Even though his mind, his crude nature may drag into that, but at least there is an awareness, While the one who is a non-devotee not only enjoy that, but justify also wrongdoing. There is a difference. So, this Paramhans replied, because he does not realize God to be Antaryami and so fails to respect him, such a devotee does not have faith in God at all. We can talk a lot on that also, that it's the end result that saints are talking, not the beginning of that thing, In the beginning, that person still has faith in God somewhat, It may be maybe 10%, not faith in God, and 90% faith in God, maybe, But then, Bhagavan is explaining later that it's a snowball effect going downhill, And be careful. Be watchful, So thereupon, Sriji Maharaj added, not only does he not have faith, but his bhakti is like that of a hypocrite. Bhagavan is not agreeing here at all. He is not using the word at all. See, Bhagavan is saying that not only he does not have faith, but his bhakti is also that of a hypocrite, of a non-believer. Sriji Maharaj then asked further, will such a devotee attain liberation or not? Another question. Would that kind of devotee go to Akshardham or not? The sadhus replied, no, he will not attain liberation. Sriji Maharaj then continued, the person who develops such a Nastic or atheist attitude towards the murtis of God and the Sant will not merely stop there. Now the snowball effect starts. That is what God is explaining. And there is a room to change. It is not black and white, that either this or that, There is a room to change. So he says, he will also develop the Nastic feelings towards the manifest form of God, whom he worships. Then he starts not believing in God. He will also develop the Nastic feelings towards the abode of God, abodes of God, such as Golok, Brahmpur, etc. So first he believes that this God is not a real God. Then he believes that God does not have a residence address, Golok or whatever, Akshardham, Furthermore, he will come to believe that the creation, sustenance and dissolution of this cosmos is due to not God but Kad, Maya and Karma. Those are the forces, and they do this dissolving and absolving, And science to some extent is supporting that currently, They are not putting God factor as much, unless 2-3 years ago they said that there is a God factor, God particle, G particle or whatever, G was standing for gravity, but they made it as a God, But anyhow, Bhagavan is saying that they are considering Kad, Maya and Karma as the controller, but not due to the will of God. In this way, he will become a staunch Nastic, atheist, Thereafter, Muktanand Swami asked, is the case of such Nastic attitude one's past karmas or the influence of the evil company? Why does this happen to a person? Is that because of his past deeds, or does he have a bad company, evil company? Sriji Maharaj explained, the sole cause of the development of such a Nastic attitude is listening to the scriptures of Nastics and keeping the company of one who has faith in those scriptures. So Bhagavan is going basic root cause, That those who are supposed to be the leaders, those who are supposed to guide the world properly, have started wrongdoing, and writing the bad scriptures, And that has become the root cause, Furthermore, lust, anger, avarice, arrogance, egotism, and jealousy also cause such a Nastic attitude to develop. So first Bhagavan said is the scriptures, and in the holy places, reciting of those scriptures, is the first root cause, bad cause, The second one is the crude nature of oneself, which is made up of lust and anger and avarice and ego and jealousy and, Prakriti and Swabhav. Why? Because if a person possesses any one of those Swabhavas, then he will not be able to believe the talks of even sadhus such as Narad and Sankadik. So, when that person has created that kind of negativity, and when a real saint comes and talks, that negativity overcomes the influence of even saints. There are exceptions to that also, and there are examples of that also, that it does not happen, Naradji talked to Valya Luntaro, but he did not disagree, He agreed with Naradji and he became the greatest sage, Prahlad was listening of Naradji when he was a young boy, and that made him from a demon to a great devotee of God, and many others, So, but normally it happens, that person is covered with mud and impurity so much that cannot see the real advice from those kind of saints. When is such a Nastic attitude to overcome? Now Bhagavan is giving the answer, solution to this also. This is the last paragraph. And that was not asked this time by Muktanand Swami. If you go to the question, Muktanand Swami. Muktanand Swami said, is the cause of such Nastic attitude one's past karmas or influence of the evil company? And Bhagavan is saying that past karmas are those crude nature that he is acquiring, but in a different way. And the evil company is the scriptures which are of the evil writers. Evil company directly is also part of that. But these are the root causes, And then evil company and other things can be part of it, But Muktanand Swami did not ask that how to overcome that, So Bhagavan is adding that, Normally Muktanand Swami, his questions are that way, that what are the problems, but how to overcome that also. So Bhagavan is giving how to overcome that. When is such Nastic attitude, atheist attitude overcome? Well, when one listens to the talks of divine actions and incidents of God, such as the creation, sustenance and dissolution of the cosmos as described in the Astic scriptures, theistic scriptures like Srimad Bhagavat, and also understands the greatness of God and Sant. He listens to the scriptures rather than the bad scriptures, he listens to the good scriptures. Then second thing, to eradicate inner impurities, lust and anger, other things, and also understand the greatness of God and Sant. Such a Nastic attitude is overcome and an Astic attitude is developed. The negative attitude is overcome and the positive attitude is developed. Iti Vachanamrutam, Gadramid, first 68. Sajanand Swami Maharajni, Jai, Jai, Jai. So, anything not clear, maybe we can talk?
But in this Vachanamrut, in the end, he answers the question, what is creating that problem? But in the further upper paragraph, he already answered that question by connection with the Murlis, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he actually re-solidified in the end,
Mm-hmm.
the upper paragraph. when the devotee believes that God is this and this, and then he respects in saint and everybody, then that will happen.
Right. To read good scriptures is one answer, Yeah. And to have a company of God and the saints is another answer, To have the company of God is that we have to go back 230 years, right? But that's done, that's gone, right? So now the option is the saint and the scriptures. In the presence of God, it was God factor, It was very powerful, But that same power is still available through these two things, scriptures and the saint. Saint is more powerful than scriptures, naturally, because saint will read your mind and will try to help you out more clearly, Scriptures, you will have to read the mind of scriptures and interpret the way that you would benefit, So there is a difference, But there are elevated souls, they can get from the scriptures the, inspiration also. It's both ways, Okay, Ajeba. Om Namo Arihantanam. Om Namo Siddhanam. Om Namo Ayaryanam. Om Namo Vajjayanam. Namo Loheso Sahunam. Aiso Panch Namokaro Savva Pavapanashano Mangalanam Cha Savvesi Padamam Havai Mangalam. Mahavir Swami. Mahavir Swami no naja. Vardhaman Swami. Happy birthday. Yeah. આજે વર્ધમાનની હેપી બર્થડે ગાઈએ બા.